right. It's live. I just tested the mic right here. Hey. So we got one person on live. And I'm just looking at my notes, basically waiting for a few more people to join. And whoever you are watching, if nobody else joins, you're basically going to get like a free business coaching session right now, if you hang around. Now, if multiple people join, then I'm literally just going to answer a lot of the questions that I got. I'd love to find 100% free grant to start my own bracelets business, but never find any unless it's a scam. Oh no. Okay, well, hey Janice, thank you for joining me. It's me and you, girl. All right, so you came, so I'm gonna give you this time. Okay, you have a bracelet business, so you have to type and talk to me about this bracelet business. You haven't started at all. You want to start it, or have you like gotten going? Where are you in the process? And if you just want to respond to me in the chat, I'll see it come up. Okay. No, I'm still building up inventory. Okay. So most of the grants that I share on the long form videos are 100% free. Like they're not scams. For instance, I was just in a Q&A today. So the Tory Burch Fellows grant program, that would be great for you actually. So like Google Tory Burch grant. No, it's not grant. Tory Burch Fellows. I'm sorry. Google Tory Burch Foundation. And then from there, their fellows program is going to come up. Apply to their fellows program. Like you can be, can you not have started? I'm sorry. They said they want people who have at least $75,000 in revenue generated. Let me see another grant what state are you in, if you don't mind me asking? Because there's another grant for startups that's available right now. Tennessee. Okay. So the one that I know of is in Texas. I'm just trying to think of everything that I know. Okay. Hello Alice has a program. Let me look it up. And on my most recent video, I went over this one. So everything that I post, let me see. I don't think I typically I'm not posting anything that requires you to pay money. All of them are like legitimate grants. And I know that some channels on YouTube are sharing content. Hey, everybody. So if you're just entering in this live, one, I appreciate you for joining. We have 3 people right now. So right now, I'm talking to someone who is in the chat or who is in the live. Um, she joined me first, and I told her, hey, if you're the only person that joins, I'm pretty much going to do what I do in my one-on-one consultations. So bear with us because she showed up and I appreciate her showing up. So I'm going to continue to just guide her as it pertains to her business and grant funding. And then we'll transition to me addressing everybody. But I appreciate you guys showing up. You can start asking questions in the chat, or you can just listen in on me talk to this young lady. And then we'll just go from there. Okay. Back to you, Janice. All right, you're 64. You have 750 beaded bracelets. You can make them. Okay, you make them to pass the time and you just want to build out that business. Okay, so I'm going to give you a resource. In addition to my videos, all of these grants are legitimate grants, but for you, I want you to go to Hello Alice, and it's let me see. I'm going to type it in the chat. Hopefully it lets me. So this is the first time going live. Hello Alice. All right. So Janice, I want you to go to that website and just create a profile. They have a link on that website called funding. You can monitor that website every month for grants. Hello Alice is an organization that they literally partner with big corporations to issue grants to small businesses. Most of the grants within their website, I would say all of the grants are free, but many of them you can apply in the stage that you're in right now. For instance, they have one grant that just came out. It's going to be $1,000 grant. I don't know when it's due. It like just came out 2 days ago. So I would highly suggest that you go there. Go to Hello Alice, create a profile, look at all the funding options they have and see if you qualify for any of those. You don't have to pay, you don't have to give your social security number or credit card or anything like that. But monitor that website. They're constantly bringing out grants, and many grants would apply to you, would apply for someone who is starting their business. And that's a question that I get all the time. Are these grants for startups? Many of them are. Okay, awesome. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any more questions, because you're my first person to show up, please, just ask them in the chat and we'll keep having a dialogue about that. Okay, so person number 2, thank you for joining. Person number 3 hopped off, but person number 2, I don't know what part of the country or the world you are in. If you want to share in the chat where you're from, if you have any questions related to your business, related to grants, related to funding, please let me know. Otherwise, we're just I'm going to be here for a little while. And Janice, if you have any more questions while you're here, just let me know. Okay, one of the things I want to do is I get tons of questions, and I was hoping that some of the people who ask questions would have come on. I'm going to go over those questions that they had, and I'm just going to answer it for you too, since you're here. And I had it up and it disappeared. Okay. So the questions that they had here on the channel were, bear with me, Lunch Girl Business. Okay. The questions that they had were, for instance, I have a video on there that talks about your EIN. And EIN is related to businesses that are already in existence. Your EIN is important for you to be able to file taxes for your business and for you to be able to open up your business bank account. So a young lady watched one of my videos and she asked me if she change the address on her EIN. Your EIN is 100% free through the irs.gov. You need that number to be able to open up a small business bank account. It's like your business's social security number. So she wanted to change her address. You can change the address of your EIN. All you have to do is call into the IRS and they will guide you. I would tell you guys how to navigate the website, but it's 100% free. Nobody should be charging you for an EIN for your business. The next question that came up is, do you have to pay taxes on grant money? You do. You do have to pay taxes on grant money. So Janice, if you receive a grant, put aside 15 to 20% of that grant, because the following year you will have to pay taxes on that money with your tax preparer if you mention that you got that grant. Now, this isn't the advice that I give is not, I have to throw out this disclaimer, it's not financial advice, it's not legal advice. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a CPA or a tax preparer. I am a small business consultant, a funding strategist. So this is for informational purposes only, but you do have to pay taxes on grant funding. Okay, the next question I had was, and this applies to you, Janice. Can startups apply for grants? Startups can apply for grants. Some grants that I have gone over. So, do I need a tax ID? No, not initially. You are just now getting going. You don't need a tax ID number right now. If you, especially if you're not making money yet, and you don't necessarily need a tax ID number for when you apply for these grants, if you are starting out. So I hope that answered that question. But people have asked me, can startups apply for grants? How to apply for grants as a new business or startup. So I offer a paid newsletter called Business Funding Insider. And for every grant, I actually have clients that I apply for grants on behalf of their business. When I apply for those grants, I read over the grant and there are like notes that I have as a professional in the space just for that client, where in my Business Funding Insider newsletter every month, I'm sharing those with anyone that subscribes. All those important notes as it pertains to these grants, I'm sharing in the Business Funding Insider newsletter. So for you guys here though, when you are applying for grants, how do you determine whether or not you can apply as a startup? You want to read the guidelines. Like, that's super important. I know people don't like reading in detail these days. We just like watching videos. We like content super fast. But if you are actively applying for grants, you need to be reading through the guidelines, and they're going to tell you whether or not you can apply for that grant as a startup. Many programs allow you to apply for the grant as a startup. So, what is my advice? Just read the grant application. That's the biggest thing to see whether or not you qualify. Okay, what was the other question that I got? Someone asked me, because I am not accepting one-on-one clients as far as me applying on small businesses' behalf. I have clients, it's very time consuming. I could go in the backstory of why, but it's really, really time consuming. So I'm not accepting clients in that sense. But someone asked me, do I know of another grant writer? And someone asked me this on one of the videos. I actually, grants prior to 2020, it was somewhat unheard of for grants to be available for profit businesses. Grants historically have been available for nonprofits. 2020, everybody knows what happened in 2020. YouTube doesn't necessarily like creators to say what happened. They'll flag your videos, but you guys know what happened in 2020. That was a big shift in the funding space. As you guys saw, SBA was giving out money left and right to businesses and people who didn't have businesses and people who were lying on applications, but the money was intended for small businesses. Those who followed suit were corporations. Corporations then said, oh, small businesses need help. Let us allocate some funds to small businesses for grants. So historically, grants were only available for nonprofits. Now, ever since 2020, they are available for profits. And as a result, um, most grant writers have been trained for nonprofits. So you're not going to find a whole lot of professional grant writers who write for profit businesses. I stumbled upon it. My background is nonprofit leadership. I have a degree in public policy. My concentration again was nonprofit leadership. So I have the experience, 10 years of experience of working with nonprofits, small businesses, things of that nature. I had to pivot in 2020 when everything hit. And I had to help not only nonprofits, I had to help for profits. So, grant writing. The applications that are available for you guys who own for profit businesses are not as extensive as nonprofit grant applications. Nonprofit grant applications require months to complete those grant applications in most circumstances. For profit businesses is usually like a one pager. Okay, even if it's a lot of questions like, hello, Alice. Janice, I referred you to Hello, Alice. Their website, when they have grants available for profit businesses, everything is right there. And typically you can apply yourself within an hour. They are not looking for you to be a professional grant writer. They are just looking for you to be able to communicate your vision and your plan for your business. If you can do that, you have a greater likelihood of winning those grants. Okay, thank you so much, Janice. I really appreciate you joining, and you have a great night. And good luck with your bracelet business. Okay, for the other two people who are on here, do you guys have any questions pertaining to smart? And please don't be shy. Like, it's only three of us here, so, or four of us here, but Janice is about to get off, so there will be three of us here. If you other two, if you have questions, if you would like to share where you're from in the country, I'd love to know, or the world, because I do get viewers just from all over. Please feel free to share. Please feel free to ask questions. So the next thing I want to go over is I really want to encourage you guys, like, as you're watching these videos, apply for the grants. Like, apply for the grants. Why do I say that? Don't just apply for one. If you need money in your small business, it is it's debatable right now whether or not we are in a recession. I personally think we are in a recession. And because of that, many people, if you're already a business owner, your business is probably slowed down. Okay. With inflation, with the interest rates being super high, with student loan payments being reinitiated, many households no longer have the disposable income that they once had. So they're not spending as much money. So if you're a small business owner, you may have seen a slowdown recently, unless you're in a recession proof business. If you're a plumber, if you own a gas station, if you own Walmart, Walmart is, lots of people. Walmart always wins during a recession. McDonald's always wins during a recession. If you're McDonald's or Walmart, business is popping. If you are a luxury brand, if you're a luxury restaurant, I've seen many shut down lately. Okay. So, with that being said, if your business is slowing down or you're trying to figure out where to go, how to start, apply for these grants. These grants are free. I don't know. I know there are a lot of channels, clickbaitish channels here on YouTube, where individuals have just found like money is a space where I can grow my YouTube channel. I'm actually a professional in the space. Like, as I mentioned before, I have a degree in public policy, nonprofit leadership. I've taken classes on grants. I've helped businesses get over $10 million in funding within the last 3 years. So I'm really in the space. The grants that I'm sharing here on my channel are real grants, real opportunities for you to win for your business. Other than the lottery, grants are your only other free source of money. Okay. And you have a much more greater likelihood of winning a grant for your real small business. I don't ever advise anything unethical. but you have a greater likelihood of winning a grant than you do the lottery. So if you've been playing these $1 billion lotteries, spend 2 hours a week applying for grants. If you apply for 3 to 4 grants a month and you win one a year, and I know you may say, hey, that's a lot of work, I can't commit to that. But the more you apply, the more comfortable you will get, the more you will learn about yourself and your business and how to articulate that, the greater your likelihood is of winning. How would winning one grant a year change the trajectory of your business or your business idea? If you won a $2,000 grant or a $5,000 grant or a $25,000 grant or a $50,000 grant, $50,000 grants are not as common as people. I've seen a lot of videos pertaining to grants here on YouTube that'll say $50,000 grant. And they mean the whole pool is $50,000. And then that grant, those grantors are really giving $1,000 per business. But I get it. You know, you need people to click on your videos. I need people to click on my videos. But if I'm going to be in this space, then I have to be honest with you guys. You have to come up with a strategy to continuously apply for grants if you want to win them. If you have a startup, apply for grants. If you are an experienced business, apply for grants. They may be your saving grace with the economy shifting and changing. All right, so it's 2 people on here. Y'all don't have anything to say? Like, share with me. I'm just talking. I'm literally talking to a camera. But I hope I'm providing valuable information for you. The next thing I want to go over. So I asked a community question. I asked a question of what did you guys want to discuss? If you didn't see that, I'm always posting in the community because I really want to engage with you. I want to help you in your business. I'm a 4th-generation entrepreneur. My great grandparents owned a business. My grandparents own businesses. My parents own businesses. And I actually own businesses outside of YouTube. I own 3 businesses. So although my background is, again, nonprofit leadership, grants, things of that nature, I really got on for-profit grants to help my family in 2020, to help the business owners that I knew so that they didn't have to continue going to their jobs and potentially get sick during all that was going on in 2020. So that's what shifted me from looking at nonprofit grants to for-profit grants. So I am here to literally help you in your business. As I'm helping my clients, as I'm helping myself, I decided, like, you know what? I'm looking up grants every month for my clients and for myself. Maybe I should share this on YouTube. So I'm actually a business owner and I'm genuinely here to help you. So right now, while I'm on, and it's 9:22 right now, guys. I have 4 children and a husband. I'm sleepy. So this is really late for me, but I asked a question in the community tab. What time do you guys want to get on? Do you want to get on early in the morning or late at night? Everybody said late at night. So I'm here, but this is super late for me. So I'm probably going to get off in 7 minutes. In the next 7 minutes, if you have any questions pertaining to your business, I am here to answer them. And to put it into perspective, um, my one-on-one consultations, like just to talk to me on the phone, for 45 minutes is $265. Some of you guys may be like, that's too much. It's based on my experience in the business. So me being here, you're not paying a dime. Okay. So for the next 7 minutes, if you have questions about your business, if you're struggling, if you're trying to figure something out, there is no dumb question. Leave a comment in the chat. I will reply. As long as it's respectful, I will reply to it. But for the next, if you guys don't have any question, the 3 of you who are on here, I really appreciate you showing up. If you don't have any other questions, I'm going to get into the last point. So in the community tab, I asked, what did you guys want to talk about? Someone wanted to talk about how to ramp up their business for the holiday season. So we are in the last quarter. Halloween is right around the corner. Then we're going to shift into Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. How do we ramp up during that time if you're a business owner? Because nobody, because you guys aren't talking to me, I'm going to have to give you an example of a client that I have. So I had a client do a one-on-one call with me, and she She bakes pies. So she has a pie baking business. And in real life, amongst clients, amongst people who refer me in real life, they call me the money lady because I know how to help businesses get funded and I know about grants. So that's what they call me in real life. As it pertains to business. This client came to me and the consultation, she said, "Hey, I need some money." And the question I always ask is why? Why do you need money for your business? A lot of times you guys think that you need money and you need credit. And I'm telling you, that's a huge mistake to run out and get money and credit if you do not have a viable business and if you do not have proof of concept, if you haven't tried something to see if it works, right? So after discussing this with her, she has a pie baking business. I told her this. I said, everybody loves food. Everyone loves food, especially she actually had a consultation with me last year. She just started implementing the steps that I gave her this year. I told her, I said, what one of the things I want you to do, she was older. Oh, and when I say older, I just mean not in her 20s, not in her 30s. She had lived a life, she had a career, she was looking to pivot. So she has a pie baking business. I said to her after we talked, and she was like, I think I need to go out and get a loan to open a storefront. A storefront, unless you're a dentist, a doctor, a daycare, a lawyer, is the worst thing that you can do in 2023. Why? Because we have the internet. Like the two people who are on here right now, I don't know you guys. You guys don't know me from a hill of beans, but we're here. We're connecting with each other. The internet is the most powerful thing that you can use for your business right now, way more than a storefront. I advised her, do not get a storefront. She didn't need one. She wasn't in a financial position to get one. I said, this is what you do. When you go to the grocery store, I want you to record yourself buying products for your pies. What is your thing going to be? It can't just be pies. Is it going to be small pies? Is it going to be, I use organic ingredients? I bake everything same day. You have to have like a little spin. Once it doesn't have to be a complicated spin, but once you have a spin on your business and then use that to your advantage. So I told her she has young adult children and she is in her late 40s. I told her to get her kids to set her up with a TikTok or an Instagram account. And then she on her own go and record footage when she goes to the grocery store to buy product for her business. When she sits down to bake her pies, record everything. Record turning on the oven, record mixing the pie ingredients, record everything. And then get your kids to put this stuff on TikTok and Instagram. This is what she did, guys. Her business is blown up. So right now in the United States, and I say United States because I literally have people all over. I've only been on YouTube for 2 months, and people all over the world support this channel, and I really appreciate that. And that's where I talk about the power of the internet. Prior to getting on YouTube, I was only able to consult with my clients, which includes clients around the United States. They primarily came from word of mouth and referrals. With this client, I advised her to do these things. It took her a year to do them. And I told her, I talked to her before the holidays last time. I said, in addition to doing that, I want you to go to fairs. So here in the United States, during the fall season, we have lots of fairs. We have lots of events where people gather together to eat and ride rides and fall festivals and things of that nature. I advised her to sign up for as many as she possibly could. Usually there's an entry fee to a fair, fall fair, something like that, state fairs, city fairs, local fairs. There are all types of fairs that happen. She has been able to do that. She has been able to meet city officials, celebrities. She's gotten tons of footage for her social media. And now she is ready for the holiday season because now that more eyes are on her social media accounts, she can let people know, hey, here's my website. Here's how you order a pie. Hey, here's my phone number. Here's how you order a pie. So now she has been able to accelerate her business just by using the internet. Okay, so maybe you are not well versed with social media, social platforms, it can be super overwhelming. But if you want to ramp up your business for the holiday season, the quickest way to do it is not in this particular one-on-one client. She was passing out flyers at Walmart. She was passing out flyers at her church. She was, calling and texting her friends, letting them know that she bakes pies. And it wasn't doing what she needed to do. Why? Because typically our family and friends, although they love us, when we step out and do a venture outside of our comfort zone or outside of the norm, then a lot of times they don't support. Okay, let's just be honest. She needed people outside of her inner circle, and the internet allowed her to reach people that she would not normally reach. The internet has allowed me to reach people who I would not be able to normally reach, right? So if you are trying to set up your business, I suggest you pick one social media platform. And of course, I don't know what those of you who are here, I do not know your industry or your business model. Maybe you like TikTok, maybe you like Instagram. If you are someone who is you're not a millennial, you're not a part of Gen Z, maybe you are a baby boomer generation, or um you know, one of the older generations, and you're like, "Hey, I really don't do social media. I really don't know how to navigate it." Do you have a grandchild? Can you say, "Hey, if you help me with my social media, launching my business or growing my business or responding to clients and customers, I will pay you once I get a paying customer." Maybe you can, get your grandchild or nephew, cousin, brother, sister, child. Um, that's my advice though. If you want to ramp up that business, now is the time. People are looking to spend, those who will be spending, and pick a social media platform because that's the way. Instagram, um, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook in some instances. Facebook is a little bit more challenging, but definitely Instagram or TikTok. And that's it for me, guys. So again, it's late. I'm tired. It's definitely past the time that I usually go to bed. So I hope that this information was impactful and meaningful to you. I will be doing live streams. I don't have an exact schedule yet, but I enjoyed this and I will do it again soon. So thank you, and you guys have a good night.